perhaps her most important role has been her 50-year romance with her husband and business partner. The two tell all in a new book. It's called Two's Company.
Yep.
Joining us right now, Suzanne Somers, along with her husband, Alan Hamel, who's also a personality in his own right, but in a place called Canada, especially.
Yes.
We've heard of that.
The far north.
So, everyone right now is sitting home with a number 2 pencil with a yellow pad saying, what is the secret to marriage? We're about to learn why Two's Company.
Well, madly in love. We are still really just in love. We love each other, but we're in love.
She won't leave me alone.
You guys are never apart.
Never apart.
We're never apart.
Never spent a night apart. Never.
No.
Well, no, the first 13 years.
I thought of one time that we didn't sleep together. I was staying at my sister's house in Lake Tahoe.
How did that happen?
I don't know. And she had a lot of boys, so she had twin beds, so there was another girl in the other bed who couldn't believe she was sleeping with Chrissy Snow, and every time I'd wake up, this girl would be staring at me. I'm like, yeah, okay, could you
I can't
go to
believe
sleep?
I'm sleeping with Chrissy Snow either. Right, yeah.
Did you get lucky to pick the right person, or did you decide to grow together? Alan.
I got lucky. Okay.
You did.
I did. I got lucky. I saw her, and it was blue, right?
Right.
And I walked over, and I've never been good with come-on lines. And so as I'm walking over, I'm thinking, what am I going to say? Because everything I say, always the BS light starts flashing.
And she's already famous, right?
No, I'm so
this
nobody.
is 10 years before Three's
I couldn't
Company.
believe he asked me out.
She was hired as a prize model on a game show that I was doing.
He asked me to his hotel room first time we went out, and I went.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there. I had platform shoes on because in the 60s you wore platform shoes, and he said, it's a Japanese suite. You have to take your shoes off in a Japanese suite. And I said, what else do you have to take off? And that's how it started. So that's the secret.
Right.
Go to the room.
That's chapter 1.
Yeah.
But obviously, after 50 years, it hasn't been complete roses and bliss, right?
No,
How do you get through the struggles?
Well, she kept
therapy.
throwing stuff at me.
That is not
Yeah,
true.
the first 10 years, she kept throwing things
Irish,
at me.
you know, it's what we did at
okay.
home in the
Yeah.
Mahoney household.
And you would duck.
I would duck, and finally one day I thought, I have to stop this. So I picked up this Chinese vase that she loved from the Ding Dong dynasty, and I threw it across the room, and it hit the wall and smashed into 1,000 pieces. And she said, why would you have done that? I said, because you keep throwing stuff at me. And that was the last time she threw anything
We
at
were
me.
blending families at that time. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody here has done that, but that's a very difficult thing to do because there's no child who wants a new parent. And we have reached a place
He
of
had
bliss.
children.
He had 2, I had 1.
Yeah.
I had a child as a teenager. And gosh, we've had a lot of fun. And what I didn't realize, the arc of this book, when I was writing it, I didn't want to rehash Three's Company. But
That's been done.
I was fired for asking to be paid commensurate with the men. My contract was up in
Famously.
year 6, and he was portrayed as Svengali, the guy who ruined Suzanne Somers' career.
And what was not known was that Laverne and Shirley had just redone their deal. They were getting a lot of money. It was secret, and you looked like you were a money grubber.
Right,
Yeah.
and they had actively decided. He got a call the night before the negotiation meeting saying, you didn't hear this from me, but they're going to hang a nun in the marketplace, and it's going to be Suzanne. Because when Laverne and Shirley got all that money in back end, and I had signed for nothing. I didn't make any money on Three's Company. Now it's year 6. I'm #1 show, highest demographics of any woman in prime time at that time. I did deserve it. And my whole thing was not so much feminism, but, you know, shouldn't you be paid commensurate with the amount of tickets you're selling? And I was selling more tickets than anybody, but the men at that time were making 10 and 15 times more. So he walked in and he said there was no negotiation.
Yeah.
They didn't counter anything.
So I assume, Ainsley, you're making as much money as these guys, right?
I would hope so.
Let's go.
I would hope so. Wait, I've only been here for a year and a half. Year 6.
Just checking.
Year 6, guys.
The pond walks.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's a great book. It is called Two's Company, a 50-year romance with lessons learned in love, life, and business. Suzanne and Alan,
Thanks.
thank you.
Congratulations on
I
the
come
book.
back every year, you know.
Yeah,
That's why she's written 26 books. You're always welcome.
And there's Ben. I had him over for dinner one night.
Right?
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro. He's coming up next.
Right.